Welcome to
He
Bonehead
strikes
Weekly.
like Anger Ball.
Which one was he referring to, you or me?
I could
It
be,
depends on the
yes.
day, but I think I was referring to Chad.
Fuck you.
He calls me my code name is Glitterball. I don't know why. He's never explained it to
And
me,
he
but he just
strikes
calls me
do 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 do
about
like
once a month. He calls me and says it's
glitter.
Glitterball
If you
there,
would
and I have
stop
to.
watching that
Oh.
Mariah Carey debacle, he would stop you calling you that.
I've never seen that film, but I assume it does indeed. Now,
Sure.
sir, I will admit I've seen the Spice Girls,
To
Spice
go
World.
back to
I've
what we
seen.
were talking about, we also forgot about Bone Tomahawk.
I didn't forget about. I saw
I
it.
didn't forget about
I
it.
mean, don't you forget about me, Joe Lewis. Don't,
I
don't,
can't.
don't you?
Spectre? No, I didn't like Spectre.
Okay. Our
I
topic for today.
Yeah, waiting on you.
So I'm sorry, you usually have to do the big talky introduction. So I was like,
You said you were going to do it.
I know,
This insists upon itself. Let's go.
turning into a turtle. Anyway, no,
He is a mutant.
I came up
He's
with
not a
this
giant.
idea because I watched two movies last week that involved the Estevez brothers, Charlie and Emilio.
Not Ramon?
No, what's the other
Motherfucker.
one's name? He's in the movie Cadence with Charlie.
Ramon.
Is it Ramon?
It's Ramon Estevez. Yeah, he's in the
Now,
documentary.
Charlie Sheen, or I'm sorry, Martin Sheen's brother, Joe Estevez, is in a lot of movies that are on Mystery Science Theater 3000, which leads to a lot of Joe Estevez jokes.
Well, so Martin and Emilio are the two that wouldn't do the documentary. It says at the
Yeah,
Yeah.
beginning. So Ramon
gotcha.
would do the documentary because I guess Ramon ain't got a lot going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, but Emilio sat down and did an interview with him afterwards because it's you can find it online now, and it's them
Yeah, I
talking
saw
about.
that.
Yeah, so I mean,
I haven't
obviously there's
watched it.
not bad blood there. He just didn't want to do the
They
documentary,
were
which
very
I understand.
competitive. It's an interesting documentary. It really
Yeah.
just kind of. But Chad, go.
I'll have to check it out. I almost did it. I almost did. Never mind. Anyway, I almost put this on my list. But anyway, so I looked at both of their careers and I'm negating the films where they were in the movie with each other. But
What movies would those be, Chad?
oh, Young Guns, Men at Work.
The Triple X, right? Was it Triple X? What was it called?
I think it was Triple X. Yeah,
No,
Or
oh, the
X
one
yeah,
where
rated?
he
no,
did
where
about the making of the Green Door, behind the Green Door, where
no,
they
they're
played the
also in a movie
brothers.
called they're
Yeah,
also in a
they
movie
played a
called
brother. Yeah,
Triple X,
absolutely
the
right.
Porno Brothers, right?
Is it called
Yeah.
Trip? I didn't. For some odd reason in my head, it was called Triple X. That's okay. I'm sure you're right.
No,
Um,
I'll look while
yeah,
you
look.
finish introducing
So
there.
I started thinking, why don't we do a comparison in this episode? Who has a movie? They both made a lot of similar movies. Now, they both made a lot of movies that are not similar, but we're going to focus on the movies that are similar and which one did it better. Emilio versus Charlie Sheen, the
It
battle
was
to end.
rated X. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it was rated X.
Oh,
Triple
rated
X would of
X.
course be Vin Diesel
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
or Ice Cube
that's true. State of the Union, or whatever it's called.
yeah.
with
So
William Dafoe.
I'm just going to lay these movies out for the gentlemen, and we're going to vote each
I know
round.
he didn't say. I know he said ladle, but I heard I'm going to lady who these out for the gentleman. No, I want to say lady who from now on, Chad. I'm sorry.
I thought you were getting when you said "lady who." I thought you were going to yodel, Joe. I was like, "Is he
Lady
really committed?"
who
I was
out
like,
for
"If
the
he's going to
gentleman.
commit, I'll
He
allow it."
didn't say lady. I know that he didn't. He said ladle, but in my head it went from lady who.
But anyway, so we're going to vote each round. I have 12 rounds, total 24 movies. Um, and we're just going to go from there. Now, like I said, again, there are a lot of great movies that both did that I had to leave out because I could not find a comparison between
A
Charlie and
lot of
Emilio's.
great movies they both did. We're talking about the two brothers. One's in Wraith and the other one's D2, The Mighty Ducks 2.
Okay. I could not connect, for example, I could not find a connection to St. Elmo's Fire. So I had to leave that off. And then there's a few Charlie Sheen films. Yes, Joe, they did make a lot of stinkers, but there are some good films in between the stinkers that I had to leave out.
No, I'm trying to find the connection to St. Elmo's Fire and Charlie's
There
Ouvra.
wasn't one. There was
Ouvra.
not one because there's never any movie where Charlie Sheen just hangs out with a bunch of guys, a bunch of friends.
I mean, you
The
could
the biggest
argue. Hold
the
on, let me be that guy. You could argue in some ways, Platoon.
Well,
That's
oh,
true. He did hang out
that's
with a bunch of people in Platoon.
and that's on the list, guys. But I didn't get to include that one. The best one I could come in, and I did. I just left it off the list was Three for the Road. But I'm like, that's not the same thing as St.
Mm.
Elmo's Fire. So yeah, I just could not connect some of these movies. So if you're listening and you're going, why did you leave this out? I just mentally could not put a comparison between the two. And if you have an argument, please put it in the comments while we're when the show gets posted. All right, you ready to start round one?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the example I gave the guys when I pitched this episode. So I'm just going to start off with that one, and we're going to the round of murderous cars, vengeful cars. So we're going to go with the Wraith
Yeah.
versus Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, that's really good, Chad. Maximum Overdrive.
I,
You
I,
know,
I go.
here's the thing about Maximum Overdrive.
It's
It
terrible.
it doesn't make a lot of sense. And I don't mean the trucks. I am fine with your magic meteorite bringing the trucks to life.
Can you say meteorite one more time
Meteorite,
for me?
that would be meteor wrong. Anyway,
Oh,
no, my you know what, actually every time I watch it, and the sad part is, yes, I've watched it multiple times and we'll watch it again.
I'll watch it again just for scenes.
But the entire scene where the drive-through starts going humans here, or whatever
Yeah.
that is, I'm like, that's not how drive-throughs work. They don't, there's no vocal component in it. There's not. I mean, there is now because of AI. The local rallies has an
I was
AI
about to tell you
menu
that
thing.
that one off of
Hmm.
Richmond Road down here, they went and done put it in. I
They
was
did it at
arguing
the
with
one
it.
on Man of War too.
I was arguing with it the other day.
Well, because I always just say, "Give me the $5 bag," and it doesn't know that. It's like, what? And then eventually they'll put a
The
human
lady
on and be
came
like,
on.
"Yep." But anyway, I say that to say that takes me out of every time. So I'm going to just be the other guy that says, I'm going to go with give the Wraith a little credit. It used practical effects. They both use practical effects, but there's just something about um. And I think Charlie Sheen's a little bit more of the Wraith. I mean, Emilio Estevez, it is more of an ensemble cast in Maximum Overdrive. So I'm just
Yeah,
going to
but
go with that pick.
he leads the role, and I love the Wraith as a child, as a teenager, even into my 20s. I love the Wraith. That being said, a lot of that movie's dog shit.
Oh,
So I
it had. I didn't know this though, because I knew we were going to talk about this. I didn't know that it was considered an independent release.
Yeah.
That
so
it was not given a big box office push, so it had a very limited release in theaters.
Hmm.
so I wasn't crazy about it as a kid either. That it's Randy Quaid, right? It's the sheriff.
Yes, I think that's right. And it also stars Clint Howard too.
Okay, he's one of the idiots.
Yeah, he's one
Clint
of the.
Howard
I
And
think
Charlie
I
played
think
Sheen's
somebody
the
in Lettuce.
car, right?
what
Charlie Sheen's the car.
Charlie Sheen's the driver behind the car. Yeah, he
But
wears the black helmet
he's the
and
one
yeah,
who comes back, the soul in the car to come
yeah,
back,
the ones
right?
that the gang killed and
Revenge.
spoilers.
No, they've
But
seen The Crow.
I would say he's the Crow. I was going to make the same comment. He's Crow
It's
Car.
Crow
the
car.
crow. But
You
I
see that
agree with
fucking Crow car?
I agree with Joe. I really prefer Maximum
Caw caw,
Overdrive.
broom broom, out of gas.
I don't know. The thing, okay. So Maximum Overdrive, even by the estimation of its own director, who was their own screenwriter, who was so much cocaine, and in Wilmington, North Carolina, having the best time of his life playing with a huge train set, right? That's what directing is when you,
Yeah,
you have a few $1 million and you have a budget. Has admitted that it's a moron movie.
it
Oh
is.
yeah.
His exact first sentence was, "It is a moron movie."
It absolutely is.
That being said, it's uneven. They actually, I don't know why. There's just scenes in it that are fun still.
And that's what I'm saying. There's scenes in it that are
And it has a
fun,
great soundtrack,
and
basic.
some of them involve
Yeah.
Emilio, and I think he does a really good job honing in on a movie that otherwise is just it's it it's terrible, but it's
Yeah.
fun terrible. And that's kind of where and my thing about the Wraith is I feel like it's everybody else around Charlie Sheen that's carrying the Wraith and not Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen's just being Charlie Sheen. So
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I agree with Joe. I think Maximum Overdrive wins this round for me.
Well, and I'll
Yeah.
be honest. I said that just in part to disagree with Joe. But the other part about it is that I think the um again, I agree actually with Stephen King on this thing. And again, I will watch Maximum Overdrive tomorrow if I could.
Right.
I'd watch the race tomorrow if I could. But I do agree. It's kind of there's parts in that movie where I mentioned the drive-through. The other part is where they force them to fill them up with gas, and I'm like, no, just wait them out. Just like I still every time it gets to that part, I'm like, yeah, they really don't have any leverage.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Just now, and I will say though, the race to me is also derivative of the car,
Yeah.
and I like the car.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
like the car too, but I like every single car in Maximum Overdrive for the most part.
I'm gonna pause
Well,
for
and
one
you're
second.
right. I mean, also by the way, as a Marvel Comics kid, the fact there was a Green Goblin at all made me go, "Oh, Maximum Overdrive." I just love for those that don't know, there used to not be a lot of comic book movies, and the fact something that vaguely looked like Green Goblin was on the front of a truck was cool.
I'm gonna pause for one second. Yes.
So, funny story, James, about that because I was a huge comic book fan too. I didn't know that was Green Goblin for the longest time in
I didn't
Maximum
want to
Overdrive.
say
I
it.
had no clue.
I had no clue either. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
as
it
Chad
was
thought it
Green
was
Goblin.
Captain Cold.
no, as a kid, I just thought that was the coolest truck ever.
I agree with Chad.
Yeah,
I did not know that that was a Marvel thing. I don't know why. I'm an idiot.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
wasn't
sure I could look this up, but
I
since
was a
I'm
Doc Ock.
lazy,
I was a Doc Ock fan as a kid.
I
Always will be.
mean, in all fairness, as far as villains that I enjoyed reading, like Green Goblin he was supposed to be the ultimate, but I actually agree with you because Otto Octavius was equally
Mhm.
intelligent as Peter Parker, which made it much more compelling. Anyway,
So I'm gonna give that round to Emilio because two against one, Maximum Overdrive beats the Wraith.
Yeah. Next
All
one.
right. So, guys, I'm going to admit this is a little bit of a stretch, but I wanted to include these two, and this is the only way I could connect them. We're going the aliens round. Repo Man versus the Arrival.
It's Repo Man. Repo Man.
Repo. That's what I said. Repo Man.
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't
I
say no.
corrected myself.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
Repo Man because Repo Man, and here's the reason why. I'm one of the few people who doesn't like The Arrival. I didn't like it when I watched it. I've never went back and revisited. I like that guy's second movie a hell of a lot more than I did The Arrival. His second
Oh,
movie, his follow-up was Pitch Black.
oh yeah. I forgot.
But I don't like The Arrival.
So I'm one of the other few. I think the Arrival is boring. It doesn't. I don't like the plot, and that was when I first watched it. I actually went back and rewatched it tried to rewatch it last year. I couldn't get through it.
Is it that it couldn't have gotten any better?
No, no,
That
no.
was a modest hit, right?
It was a modest hit.
it was, and that was what I was going to say. I remember somebody saying, "Oh, you need to watch The Arrival," and I will say this about it. I'm going to actually agree with you all, but I will say this
Are
about
we
The
good?
Arrival. It tried to do something that alien films weren't doing then. I will give it to how do you pronounce the director writer
David Toohey.
Tui. I
Hmm.
will give it to Tui. He wrote it, he directed it, and in a time when our alien movies were not even trying to be somewhat intelligent, he put together a film that I'm sure also had a lot of interference before it got made. Um, that tried to do something new. It did try, and matter of fact, though, I will be honest, the only scene I remember is when he realizes that the kid has been an alien the whole time, and
I
his
can't
knee's
even
bent
remember
backward.
any
I
of
His
that.
don't.
I
knees
can't remember
bent
Yeah,
any of
backward, and I'm like, oh man, you're host.
but I mean, the whole
Um,
thing was that movie took forever to get to. It was just him being paranoid, and
but
then
I,
all
I
this, and then like, what is it? An hour in, you see the aliens, and you're like, that's it.
well, but I think that again, I'm sure the budget wasn't what ideally would be, but I want to give it some credit
No, I went to Charlie's Cocaine.
because it is not an action film.
No,
And that's what alien movies tended to be. 1996, look at the other alien movies that came out. I just want to give partial credit. And I don't think the issues with it, I won't pin those on Charlie Sheen. I won't pin those on Tui. I just think it was one of those things that it was a interesting idea.
right.
The execution didn't necessarily work as well as it could have. But obviously, as Joe said, I mean, maybe too he recognized, you know what, this movie needed some action. Get that Vin Diesel on the phone.
So, can I say something about Repo Man? Because I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in a long time. The
I haven't
first
either.
film class I've ever ever
I
took.
saw it last year.
You hadn't seen it before then?
No, I've seen it several times. I saw it last year.
I've been a long time. So the first film class I ever took was at a community college. It was one of the things we had to watch, and I don't think I'd watched it before. I tend to think that movie's overrated. And people get way too much out of it, but I haven't seen it in a long time, so I'm curious in my 40s if I think differently.
I still think people look way too much into this. It's literally about a punk guy who goes and repos cars and he works with Harry Dean Stanton, and then all of a sudden there's an alien car
And
involved.
Harry Dean's the only one who's kind of carrying that movie,
No,
right?
Emilio does a good job.
Does he? I
Yeah,
don't know.
I like it. He's just this punk kid. I mean,
He's a
that's
very
what.
annoying character.
But Harry Dean Stanton carries that movie. That's no argument for me. But I think Emilio does a great performance in that, more so than Charlie Sheen in
So
The
that's
Arrival.
directed by Alex. I can't remember his last name,
I can't remember it
but
either.
he,
I didn't
I
look it up.
Cox.
would,
It's Alex
Alex
Cox.
Cox. I would 10 to 1 prefer Sid Nancy over Repo Man.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, he
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
directed both of them, right?
yeah,
So
yeah, he did. And the other thing I wanted to say though is he also directed A Hard Look, the TV movie, if anybody remembers it. He directs a lot of Pogue videos. I'm a fan of the Pogues. Um, but that being said, I also did not know this. Do you know in 2009 he directed a film called Repo Chick? Let me read you the summary,
oh my
Chad.
God, we're
It
As
never
a
going to
seems to
get
be.
through these 20.
as a repo chick, wealthy bad girl Pixie and her entourage get mixed up in a devious kidnapping plot that threatens to wipe out the city of Los Angeles. Now, much like Repo Man, he wrote and directed this as well. You know what I'm sure Joe Lewis's film course did not bring up?
Repo Chick.
Repo
Well,
Chick.
it didn't exist when I took it because I
Yeah,
took it in the 90s.
Uh, by the way, if you're wondering about the cast of this,
I
uh,
wasn't.
No.
Jacqueline Jonet plays Pixie de la Chase.
All
Okay.
right. We got to
All
move a
right.
little
So
quicker.
we
We're
got
You
going to
watch
get
that
another
for
through these
Halloween.
20.
we got another point to Emilio. So okay, now we're going into the category of parody movies. Loaded Weapon One versus Hot
Hot
Shots.
shots.
No, I
Not
strongly.
even close.
Oh, I
Hot,
disagree with
Oh my
100%.
God, it's not even close.
Hot Shots is not that funny.
It is everything Lloyd Bridges does is
But
absolute comedy gold.
I won't argue with you there. That's the only
Comedy
part that's good.
gold.
Is
No,
is
John Cryer also as
no.
Washout. No, it's not
You
even
keep
close.
saying no. I'm just going to disagree with you.
I,
So
by the
Well,
way,
no, normally I just do it to no, but this one I'm kind of shocked that you prefer Loaded Weapon 1.
Alex,
is it,
there.
hey, Chad, is it the gratuitous beaver shot in Loaded
That's one
Weapon
of the
1?
reasons. I just think there are so many funny bits in Weapon One versus Hot Shots, which I loved Hot Shots as a kid and Hot Shots Part Two as a kid.
Oh,
Um,
Hot Shots Part
but
2 is even
as
better.
an adult, I don't laugh at anything. I just watched Loaded Weapon One over the weekend, and I was laughing nonstop between just every
Can
little
I?
joke and side joke.
I think
Well,
they're both miscast.
you all have picked your sides. You want me to complicate it more?
Yeah,
You're both wrong. Actually, here's the thing. I like them both. And the reason I like them both is exactly what you all are saying. Hot Shots makes more, it's funny to me still, and it makes more linear sense. Like it works better as a plot, even though it's tons of cutaways. Loaded Weapon 1, as you said, Chad, works great as bits.
yeah.
It
Oh
has
crap!
a plot, but
Holy
it's not
crap!
as coherent
I
as
think we're
Hot
being
Shots is.
You
yeah.
just called
Holy
a
crap!
mouse.
I think we're being followed.
What?
Hold on.
Oh,
We lost him. Me with the thief
oh yeah, yeah,
with the
yeah.
guy in the back of the seat.
Yep.
Samuel L. Jackson just giving the straight guy performance, which Samuel L. Jackson never does.
Yeah, I think he's miscast. I think him and Emilio are miscast.
I,
Tim Curry as the what henchman. Would you
yeah.
like to buy some cookies? I mean, I just love that movie.
No, again, and then so I
And
this one is going to end up
William
a tie.
Shatner as the weird talking villain.
Yeah, well, I mean, but
They're
in
the
all fairness,
worst.
I see that, and I just want to watch Airplane too.
He's better in Airplane too.
No.
And so that being said, I
Yes.
we can't.
Funnier.
Yes, he's
This one
better
will
in
end in
Airplane
a
too.
tie because you're both wrong and you're both right.
All right.
I tried to struggle with this because I even went back to prep for this because I had a feeling this would be the one that you would pair up.
Yeah. Because
And
if
I
we
can't.
agreed
How
on
did you
loaded
not
weapon,
have a feeling? That was the two that they
if
did.
we agreed on loaded weapon one, which that's not going to happen because Joe's wrong, I would have done loaded weapon one versus Hot Shots Part Two, and then I might have had some arguments because there are some funny bits in Hot Shots Part Two that still holds up, but I didn't. I
Okay,
guys,
I destroy. I now you've lost me because
I,
most of Hot Shots Part Two doesn't work, but I like Hot Shots.
I watched Hot Shots 2 weeks ago and I didn't laugh once, not once.
not
So
even though he figured out the JFK assassination, Chad.
yeah, no, I didn't.
He
The
figured it
I
out.
know I figured it out, but I'm
other
just
than
gonna
the
after
Lloyd
all
I'll
that
tell you what
money
Bridges,
I
I found.
got, I'm just
I'm
gonna blow all
sorry.
this
I
on
gotta
Hans.
correct myself. I keep saying I didn't laugh once. Whenever Lloyd Bridges was on the screen and doing his stick, I laughed every single time because it's Lloyd Bridges playing a buffoon, and I just loved it. But
Part two is the one that has the "I loved you in Wall Street" scene, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's the
also
one that falls apart at the end of it though, because they try to make Lloyd Bridges into this action hero thing at the end. It just
I
kind
just loved it because and also the gratuitous murder scene where it's showing the count. I loved that part. So
But
yeah,
but now anyway, so but yes, so
so a draw.
obviously yes, it's a draw. But Hot Shots, by the way, if we were looking at box office, Hot Shot
no,
was
Hot Shots is a big
Oh
hit.
no, Hot
what
Shots,
was it?
Loaded Weapon one bombed,
Yeah,
but
but
yeah.
no, you all both actually made the same argument I could have made for both of them. So to me, it's a tie. I'll watch both of them. I have a good time with
Oh,
both of
Yeah.
them.
James, I'm not going to pick a side, Kentucky Thomas.
So
No, I
we
mean I picked other sides, and you all have
Then
voted
he'll
me
pick the
down.
lose
So
it. You'll pick the
I'm
loser
just
side once we're
stunned.
done.
I'm just stunned. No points given on the parity level. All right, let's move on to sports. This one's a no-brainer for me. Mighty Ducks versus Major League.
It has to be Major League, but I haven't seen either one of them in a long time, and I just always thought the Mighty Ducks movies are extremely corny. Now that I'm a dad, I probably will still think they're extremely corny, but I don't know. I haven't
your
watched
kids
them.
will like them.
The
Uh,
Mighty Ducks,
Your kid might like them.
The first Mighty Ducks
my
is
kid
actually
might like it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he
yeah.
does, if
Yeah.
he likes things, it does tend to sway me a little bit.
Well, by the way, just as an FYI, my son, being somewhat older, uh, I because I did the lines to him all the time when I took him to the batting cages and to baseball practice and stuff, and when he would not exactly be a great player yet, I would say things literally loudly, just a little outside,
That's odd. No, it's
and he kept going, Dad, what's that from? Dad, what's that from? And I was like, well, when you're old, and so finally, actually, my wife said, I'm gonna watch it with him. And I said, go right ahead. I was working on at the time. And so they watched Major League. And so my son now goes, I get all your jokes, Dad. And I'm like, yeah, well, get better. Uh,
I
Yeah,
haven't
and
no.
watched
so
it in a long time. Is it still funny?
um,
Yes.
it is. It is funny. I think there's parts of it that are dated, are complicated.
I'm
Not
sure they are, but a lot of these aren't. I'm actually kind of shocked. There's not a lot of Academy Award winners on this list, is there, Chad?
We haven't got there yet.
well,
But
but
no, Joe, to answer your question, no.
I mean,
but in all fairness, Chad, I think you bring up an interesting point because this is an example where both of these were hits.
Yeah.
Both of them spawned how many sequels? We at least
two
got three,
apiece.
if not four, Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, we got four.
There's three Major League movies. There's three theatrical Mighty Duck films, and then they did that reboot
Yeah.
thing too.
Yeah, no, but just the first Mighty Ducks is still enjoyable. The other two are hokey shit. But Major League is just by far the superior film here, and Charlie Sheen does a great job as the Wild Thing, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah. Well,
Even though he's not giving much of a performance, it's just him, scowling a lot.
well, but again, I mean, and also Wesley Snipes and the fact Wesley Snipes couldn't run, so they had to do everything in slow mo.
Charlie Sheen did not hit his stride, in my opinion. Seriously. The best role he ever had was the one he got paid the most for. It's just him being Charlie Sheen in Two and a Half Men.
Yeah,
That's the reason
right,
it worked.
right.
And he has really good comic timing,
Yeah.
and he could just be himself. Sorry.
So we're giving a point to Major League. So Charlie Sheen has finally made it to the board. All right, guys.
Much like with his major league, it just took time. Just took time, training, glasses, whatever.
So we went and played sports. Now we're going undercover. We're going to talk about stakeout versus above the law.
You're really going to make me have to remember Above the Law, aren't you? I'm going to have to actually have
Nobody,
that.
Can't remember much about Above the Law. It's like a
no.
Showtime film, right?
Yeah, no, I think yeah, it was something low. It was very low budget. It's him playing
He's
a
got that
cop
mullet.
who with a huge mullet and a big beard who goes undercover as a biker.
Yeah, it's Stakeout.
It's stakeout.
It also has Richard Dreyfuss in it. And I remember Steve, is it one or two where they give the chocolate to the dog to give it diarrhea?
No, that's part two, I think,
And
with
that's one with
Rosie.
Rosie
That's
McDonald.
the one with Rosie. Which that movie I still argue would be good if Rosie wasn't in it.
I don't know. Yeah, it's Stakeout. But honestly, I don't remember a damn thing about Stakeout.
Oh, I love Stakeout. I
But it
still
has to be Stakeout.
yeah, and it's Richard Dreyfuss and Emilio Estevez trying to make a Beverly Hills Cop film is what that
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's just following that trend, and I still think it holds up still. Okay, this is a no brainer, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-1, Emilio. All right, guys, this is the one that's also going to be a draw because none of us have seen these films, but I had to mention it because I can't believe they both did this. We're going Jesus, Charlie Sheen in The Fourth Wise Man, and Emilio Estevez in the animated film The Three Wise Men.
Hold on. I just want to
They're
say a
both
bunch of
right over
wise
there on
guys, huh?
James's shelf. Shelf.
I've got
2 tickets to
20,
paradise.
20 DVDs of the Dean Martin show, but I do not have either of those movies.
He's got that Jesus Road movie that he did with Bob Hope. It's on the
You know
road
what movie I
to
enjoyed that I didn't think I
Jerusalem
would?
or Nazareth.
What was it? Was it Rise, the name of that movie?
Do you watch it?
Yeah, actually, I honestly just going into it cold. I was somewhere and it was what was on TV that I could get, and I watched it. I'm like, actually, you know what? It's better than I thought it would be.
Hmm,
Because who's in that?
I don't know.
Malfoy from that Harry Potter
Let's
film.
call it a draw and move on to the next one and just
Yes,
Yeah.
talk
please.
about how they
The
both did Jesus movie.
the only thing I'm going to say that's funny about this is like they did these decades apart. So The Fourth Wise Man was one of Sheen's first films. It was a TV movie.
Hmm.
And then The Three Wise Men, Emilio Estevez like just recently did as an animated film. All right, so this is the big one, and I don't know how else to categorize this. And this one's a bit of a stretch too because he's barely in it. This is the Brat Pack edition, Breakfast Club versus Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
To me, they're both well-made films,
Hmm.
but they're tonally completely different movies.
I guess I could have called this the Hughes category.
So, can I give you a weird answer that you're not going to
Sure.
like?
No, I'm probably yeah,
The
but go ahead.
Breakfast Club is my favorite,
Hmm.
but out of their performances, Charlie Sheen owns that movie for his one scene.
Yeah, and he actually he didn't sleep for how many days?
For a day, there's charcoal under his. He was late getting there because he fell asleep, actually, because he didn't sleep. He fell asleep and he's late. They talk about it in the documentary
Yeah,
because Jennifer Grey got him the part. And
yeah.
John Hughes, for some odd reason, didn't hate him and was like, "Hey, you ready?" We went ahead and shot it. And so that actually is to me, the movie, although my kid loves Ferris Bueller, I still prefer The Breakfast Club, even though it's kind of wonky and it's a little dated and a lot of stuff's forced in it. I just have I don't know, it's an important part.
So I
This,
and
this
Joe, me are actually even though we don't agree on the parody, this is where we agree. Um, I love both films. Honestly, as a kid, Ferris Bueller had more of an impact on me than
Right.
Breakfast
Well,
Club. But
because
as
it's a goofy little movie.
yeah, and now for me that, but like you said, I just prefer the Breakfast Club. And also too, Emilio does a great performance in that as well when he's talking about his dad being, very strict. And as much as Charlie Sheen, even though I don't agree that his is the standout performance in that film.
It talks about it a lot in the documentary. It
Yeah.
actually is what gave him a lot of fame.
Yeah. As it should have, because it was a pretty great form, but it wasn't,
He
I never
under
thought it was the standout performance of the film.
he
But yeah,
under
I got to pick the Breakfast Club. James?
I'll be honest.
doesn't
I
matter what he thinks.
I know because you all have already voted and it's 2-1 if I disagree. But guess what, gentlemen? I actually agree. Here's the thing about the Breakfast Club that I'll say from the first time I saw the Breakfast Club. and the first time I saw Ferris Bueller between the two. Ferris Bueller, at best for me, is escapism. And the reason is I don't know that guy. I was never anything like those
Nor would
viewers.
I have liked him.
No, no, and I never like I wasn't also like Alan, right? I wasn't like none of those characters um really felt like whereas the Breakfast Club, because I knew a lot of people and I was kind of beat down, not often physically, but as a kid. I mean, I don't want to get into my entire oeuvre of background here, but um, I understood more of the individuals. I wasn't like them, but I understood the Breakfast Club. I understood. I could look at each of those characters and go, yeah, all right, yeah, I know somebody that's a little bit like that. I didn't know anybody like Ferris Bueller. I didn't know anybody that had that attitude, that access, and so, yeah, gentlemen, I actually agree. It's a three count
And
here.
he's a rich
Breakfast
kid.
Club.
And then if we've got older, we've all three talked about how we kind of I identify more with the principal.
Well, and but even the
I
principal, like,
wouldn't have taken it to that extreme, but
yeah, and that's it. That my entire thing is that's also completely unrealistic because we've all worked in education administration, not as a
yeah.
principal, but do you actually take that time to focus on anybody?
No, not at a big,
I
not
got
at a Chicago
250 in the
suburb high
queue.
school.
I got 250 in the queue, buddy. And
Also, there's no way you do all that stuff in one day. Chad, there's so many holes in this Ferris Bueller thing. It's to turn it into the Goonies.
I know.
That's what
And
like, every
but the
time you watch.
Goonies are good
and
enough.
if you've ever tried to drive around Chicago in the middle of the day, yeah, you're
Oh,
not
and you
getting
get in a
tunnels.
parade and just happen to do the singing thing. It's a wonderful escapist movie. I really is
Yeah,
like the Goonies. But to me, now that I've said it out loud, it is a lot like the Goonies. You don't try to poke any holes in it. It's
right.
incapable of getting that day done.
And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is only gonna mean something to four people, and it's gonna make everybody mad, which is why I'm saying it. You know who's better? Parker Lewis. Why, Chad? Why is Parker Lewis better?
Because he can't lose.
He can't lose, Joe.
He can't lose unless he's at the beginning of Pulp Fiction and he's got Marcellus Wallace's stuff.
Kubiak.
Well,
Now, but also he had Kubiak and Kubiak. Kubiak. What's it? Yeah, I love
Mhm.
Kubiak.
so gentlemen, we've had two draws, and Emilio's now up 4-1. It's he. Let's see if Charlie Sheen makes a comeback. Spoiler: he won't.
There's a
So
lot of bad Charlie Sheen movies.
yeah, there's a ton, and that's why I was like having a hard time picking out which one to put in here.
And there's a lot of underwhelming Emilio Estevez
Oh
movies.
yeah, 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 yeah. I completely agree. Um, so I didn't know how to categorize this other than the outcasts. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do Lucas versus the outsiders.
Do you believe that I've never actually watched every minute of The Outsiders? I've only ever watched like 30
Really?
of it.
I'm I'm gonna
I have my own opinions, but I'll let you guys talk and then I'll say what
The
I
last time I tried to rewatch it, I got so bored in the last 20 or 30, the first 20 or 30 minutes of The Outsiders. I know people love it. I think, and then Lucas to me is completely forgettable, but also it's one of those 80s films that people have a tendency to have this thing to their heart about. I don't know.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna go
I couldn't care less about either
and
one
and
of them.
and so just so y'all know, shocker, Joe's dead inside. If you haven't listened,
I'm gonna be honest. My nod immediately goes to The Outsiders because it's based on the book by S.E. Hinton that she wrote when she was 16. By the way, she's active on social media and is just fascinating to follow. Um, but I think The Outsiders works better for me because it actually does look at some of that. It's a crime drama, sort of, but it's also really at its heart, it's about socioeconomics, right? It's the social,
Yeah.
yeah,
the social,
the poor people versus
and the
the rich people.
greasers. Yeah, and I mean,
Which
and
let's
and
said, let's face it, the best adaptation, the best version of that is the oblongs.
I mean, I can't disagree with you, except it also
Except I'm about to disagree with you.
to my knowledge, the Estevez's or Sheen's are not in that.
No, they're not.
Um, um, the interesting part about that, though, you bring this up, and you actually, again, oddly enough, I did predict this one, and
I
I
can't
did
imagine.
not realize that Lucas got better reviews than The Outsiders. Roger and Ebert actually really praised Lucas.
I
Yeah.
need to go back and rewatch this movie for some reason?
I
The
need to too because I liked it as a kid and I'm afraid I'm not going to like it as an adult.
Here's what critics said about it, that it was ultimately, let me check my note. It was a humane, sincere handling of teen emotions. That it
Yeah,
was one of the most honest to teen emotions. Um,
it may be seriously may be one of Corey Haim's best performances.
Oh
The
my
Outsiders, by
God.
the
Have you
way,
never seen The Watcher or Watchers?
you know what the Outsiders got critiqued for the most?
What's that?
This fellow named Coppola's directing. They said that the directing felt uneven, but they said that the actors, the performers, were really good and that they captured the emotional resonance. But if we go generally by reviews, Lucas does better than The Outsiders. But I disagree. The Outsiders, because it's based on a novel that again was written by a teenager at the time, captured what it felt to be a teenager, and was adapted to a movie with a pretty phenomenal cast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Outsiders some credit
So
here.
so I'm going to go with Joe's route on this one. So I was forced portion of this is I was forced to read The Outsiders in elementary school. And I hated that book. I didn't care for it. I apologize. I know she's a phenomenal writer, but me personally, I didn't care for it. And then I saw the movie, and I thought the movie was boring. And it's also a combination of the two. Is one of the shows my dad made me watch was the syndicated Outsiders TV show.
There was a you taught me something. I didn't know they made a TV
Yeah,
show.
there was a TV show, and I did not care for it. Um, and
I'm like, did each week Soda Pop have to kill a guy?
there was something weird that happened. It was just them being normal. James, can you look that up while I'm talking? Because I don't even remember who was in the cast, if there was anybody in the cast.
Yeah, let me
But
see.
Lucas, I liked Lucas as a kid. I liked the whole I'm different and people pick on me, but I'm still going to overcome those difficulties. And also too, the fact that he was secretly impoverished. I just liked Lucas more. Now, I agree with Joe. I probably would watch it now and say, "Oh, this is just saccharine nonsense."
I mean,
Uh,
I truthfully can't remember the plot of it, Chad. It's really hard.
I mean, that's all it is
I
Corey
don't
Haim is this weird kid who nobody likes, and he wants to play football, but he's too short and he's a nerd. And Charlie Sheen's the quarterback, and I forget who his girlfriend is. I want to say it's the girl from the Goonies. I can't remember. I might be misremembering
yeah.
that correctly, but
So
yeah,
Okay,
I'm going to pick Lucas because I just did not care for the Outsiders.
well
okay,
then
Chad.
let's call it a draw because I'm not equipped to vote on it.
Okay.
Chad, I've got to tell you, you're right about this Outsider series. I'm shocked and horrified and interested now. So it's a follow up to the novel, where once
Oh,
again, Pony Boy's still trying to stay gold, I guess. Focusing on a group of troubled teens in 1960s Oklahoma.
Oh,
It stars J.R. Ferguson,
no idea.
Rodney Harvey, Boyd Kestner, Harold Pruitt, and in 13 episodes playing Keith Two-Bit Matthews, David Arquette.
Oh,
all
yeah.
right.
I
Next one.
just and also too, I remember there was a kid next door who liked the show and he wanted we had our little country road group of kids and he wanted to name each of us an outsider and I thought that was so dumb.
By the way,
Um,
Chad, you know what the reviews for the TV series are on
uh,
IMDb?
no idea.
7.2 out of 10.
Damn.
Yeah, maybe
Well,
we need to
it's
go back and watch
it's
it
the
because it evidently
7.2
was
people who remembered it.
Yeah, I hated that show.
And one of them is
846
that
reviews.
boy
So.
who thinks, man, whatever happened to that fucking asshole that lived down the road that wouldn't play and was such just a dick.
Actually, by the way, it has better reviews than the movie, which has a 7.0 out of 10 on IMDb. So take that as you will.
So okay, so we got one for Lucas, one for the outsiders, and one abstain. So we got another draw. So three draws so far.
Wait till I get to
Emilio's
win lose.
Emilio's. Now I don't know how we're gonna do this one because I don't know if you've seen either one of these movies, guys. We're gonna do the teenage criminals. Emilio Estevez did a movie called Wisdom with Demi Moore
Hmm.
versus Charlie Sheen's The Boys Next Door.
I've only seen Wisdom.
I was wondering
I'm
if
gonna have to
anybody had
look it up
seen.
because I feel
Neither
like
one
I've
of
seen The
those.
Boys Next Door, but
don't. I truthfully don't think that. I know Wisdom is forgettable,
by the
Yeah,
way,
and
I said Rise earlier. The film I
and
was
that's the
referring
one
to
he
was Joseph
directed, wasn't it?
Fiennes.
he wrote and directed Wisdom.
Hmm.
It also has Tom Skerritt, which, that could have been a connection. Tom Skerritt could have been, no, wait, that's not right. Never mind. So the boys next door, yeah, it's basically Roy and Bo leave their small California town the weekend after graduation for a short road trip to Los Angeles. Soon they find themselves lashing out and leaving a trail of bodies behind. It's directed by Penelope Spheris,
Hmm. I have to watch it. I don't think I've ever seen it.
which,
Written by, that's interesting. It's written by Glenn Morgan and James
yeah.
Wong.
Oh, okay. We'll
So
have
yeah,
to check it out sometime.
I mean, I would like to check it out, and I haven't seen it in forever. I remember it being kind of violent. So do we have another draw here, guys? Because y'all have
Yes.
not seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
We
I
shouldn't
mean,
vote on
yeah, I'm
this.
gonna have to say yeah.
Okay.
The audience is riveted.
I, I need to no, I need to go back. If nothing else, y'all are going to learn movies that we evidently need to go back and watch
Watch, yeah.
because it's got. I mean, I like Morgan and Wong as
I've
writers.
I've seen them both, and from my recollections, I would have picked The Boy Next Door over Wisdom, just because Wisdom is so forgettable and boring. All right, guys. I wanted to put these two together simply because I could not find a connection between the two. So we're just going to go the generic action movies route. Terminal Velocity versus Judgment Night.
Judgment Night, Terminal Velocity. I saw that piece of shit in the theater. Oh my God. There was two movies about jumping out of planes or something.
Drop Zone
Was it Drop Zone?
with Wesley Smith.
Wesley Snipes. It's about
Wesley Snipes. What the hell?
Snipes.
because I almost said Passenger 57. I was like, no, that's when he's on the plane ripping off Harrison Ford.
No, that's
Uh,
Drop Zone.
oh my gosh, that Terminal Velocity is just so bad.
It is. And you remember when he gets in trouble for
No, I don't
he
remember a
just
damn thing about
parachutes down on a building with and is wearing a fake butt. Yeah. Uh
it. Yep.
I'm I'm
by the
gonna
way, Drop Zone. I know this we're getting off topic. Directed by John Badham.
I'm gonna have to again agree with Joe, but I'm gonna caveat that with it's really it really again Emilio Estevez does great work because it's an not because it Emilio Estevez is fine is good,
What
but
in
it's
the hell are
also
you
an
talking
ensemble
about?
piece.
It's totally the ensemble. I mean,
It's Cuba Gooding Jr., Dennis Leary, Stephen Dorff, Jeremy Piven.
It's
yeah,
also a weird plot that just doesn't make any sense today. It's really hard for a modern audience, anybody born after 1995 or 2000, to wonder, now, how do you get lost in the middle of the city and not,
yeah. You
you
take
know,
the
it just,
wrong exit.
you
Yeah,
take the
yeah.
wrong exit. It was a little hard to believe in the 90s.
Well, that, by the way, that you just remind me of the entire scene in Suicide Kings where Christopher Walken does a, yeah, I mean, I got lost downtown
And
once.
James, when
I
you
was eight
listed,
at the time.
Mhm.
and James, when you made the list, you forgot to say Everlast, who's also in it.
Oh,
So you should be
you
I
saying,
didn't
mean,
remember. I'd have to go back. Dennis
you mean
Leary's a bad guy, right?
Everlast of Whitey Ford Sings of Blues fame?
yeah, yeah.
Of
Dennis Leary
of
is the
House
main
of
villain.
Pain fame?
Well,
Dennis Leary is the villain.
I'm waiting for you to get to where we're going to talk about Free Jack.
You hold on your horses. You
He
think I
doesn't have
will,
any horses. He didn't
Joe?
feed them. They died.
Joe,
What?
look at your friend. Look at him
Where
longing.
is it?
Look at him longingly. Would I ever leave out Free Jack?
Kool-Aid.
Would I ever leave out
Yes.
Free Jack? Oh,
Well,
Joe.
yeah, you would because you have, yeah, you wouldn't because you have shitty taste like me sometimes. Next one.
All right, so Judgment Night for me too, just because I agree. I agree. It's the Emilio Estevez is just there. It's the ensemble cast, but
It
it's
had
a better.
nothing to do with Emilio,
It's a way better film than Terminal Velocity. So we're now at 5-1 Emilio.
but it would barely win if you gave me something other. I might have actually picked the rival off. No, Judgment Night because his Dennis Leary is a bad guy. Keep
Yeah,
going. Sorry.
guys, we're going Vietnam. It's a no-brainer. Platoon versus the war at home.
I will say, The War at Home with his
Hmm.
dad plays his dad, is not a bad movie. It's just a
It's not.
smaller film for Showtime, but Platoon is Platoon. And
It
Platoon
got
is Platoon, not because of Charlie Sheen.
right,
I'm still
and
to this day confused why Oliver Stone gave him that role.
I don't know either.
You know who
Uh,
it should have went to? That John C. McGinley fellow. He
It
seems to
went to
show up in all.
several different people before it went to Charlie Sheen.
and Emilio Estevez directed The War at Home, and I will say this: it is not a bad film. It's actually really good. It's one of his best performances. I think it got a lot of award buzz when it came out in 1996, But yeah, when you
Or
talk about
Platoon.
War at Home versus Platoon, it's always going to be Platoon. It's just too strong of a film, even though Charlie Sheen's not the part that makes it strong.
No, I agree.
All right,
Yep.
now we're up 2-5. All right, last one for the night, guys. And yes, Joe, I waited till last. Obviously, we know we're going to talk about Free Jack because Joe spoiled it. Thanks, Joe.
You're
We
welcome.
can't have nice things.
But there's nothing that compares in Charlie Sheen's acting career to Free Jack. There is
Nothing
no
compares,
film.
Sinead.
Charlie Sheen never did a time travel film. So I was like,
No.
okay, how can I connect this? We're going to do the past versus the future. Three Musketeers versus Free Jack. Did I get you?
No, I have an answer. It's just never nobody's gonna like it.
You go for it.
I think the Three Musketeers is completely overrated. It's got that shitty song that was on the fucking radio the whole damn time. The only good
All
goddamn
for
part of that
All
love.
for
goddamn movie
love.
is Oliver Platt.
Yeah.
Yes.
And All for Love, I don't care. So, as shitty as Free Jack is, and by the way, can I say, if you get a chance, there are several really good videos out there about the making of Free Jack and what happened and why that went off the rails.
Yeah, I still love Free Jack, and I will say
Not a
this:
good movie, but I
I
do.
loved Three Musketeers as a kid, but only for Oliver Platt. Other than that, maybe a little bit of Tim Curry.
Oh, I forgot Tim Curry was in it.
Yeah, he's pretty good as the villain, and also Michael Wincott.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Now I was gonna say, and that's again, gentlemen, I actually was leaning toward Three Musketeers, but it's because of those people. It's
yeah,
and the stupid Disneyfication of a classic.
There's,
The oh, you broke my fall perfectly. It shouldn't. It should make me angry,
so it's
but it
Charlie
doesn't.
Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, and Oliver Platt.
Platt and Chris O'Donnell as
Oh
D'Artagnan.
my God, Chris.
And directed by Stephen Herrick,
Yeah,
who gave us Mr.
Mr.
Holland's
Holland's
Opus,
Opium.
Mr. Holland's Opus, Critters, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, and of course the Three Musketeers.
But yeah, I and like I said, yeah, Free Jack is not.
It's
It's
not a
not.
good movie. It's not a
It,
good movie.
but it's so fun,
It's
and
stupid fun.
Emilio Estevez actually does a decent performance in it. But you also got to look at the entire cast of Free Jack. You have
Oh,
David Johansen, R.I.P.,
okay.
does a really great job as a whacked out person. Amanda Plummer as the nun. Renee Russo, Mick Jagger, who's just
Mick
being Mick
Jagger is
Jagger.
just being dreadful in that movie. Walking around with
I'm
a helmet on for no good reason the whole third act,
yeah,
right?
yep.
As he just randomly walks and they cut it in.
So yeah, for me, it's always going to be Free Jack,
Oh God, Anthony Hopkins. So real quick, for
who's in
anybody
it
who
for
doesn't
about
know,
what, a grand total of what, 5 minutes?
maybe 5 or 10
By the
minutes.
way,
He's
have you seen Sir Anthony Hopkins' review of it?
no.
No.
Here, let me do the entire review for you. It'll take me a minute. A terrible film. There you go. I'm done.
So it literally was shot either before or right after Silence of the Lambs. But Silence of the Lambs, for many reasons, I can't remember, came out before Free Jack. Free Jack was a very troubled movie with a director and a whole 9 yards of changing out and stuff. Silence of the Lambs comes out. Anthony Hopkins is one of the biggest stars in the world, right? What's the thing you push? Him and Free Jack. It's happened so many times through history.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, have you seen that How Did This Get Made episode about this?
About Free Jack?
Yeah.
I have watched a lot of them. I don't remember which ones I have, but I know that it's not Dread. It's another one I can't think. Joe Blow does one on Free Jack as well.
On the How Did This Get Made, Mick Jagger admitted that they pitched him the idea and said, we're filming next week. And because they were filming next week, he said, well, just tell me the story real quick. And he got a very brief summary of it and agreed to do it. And has also said, had he actually had the time to read the script, he probably would have declined.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. There's a lot of turmoil about who their director was. It's Jeff Murphy or something
It's
like.
Jeff Murphy. Yeah, he's fairly popular New Zealand director. He did Dante's Peak,
Oh, I thought he
and
was Australian. Thank you, Chad.
yeah, and he did Under Siege too. But there's other movies that he did that I actually like. Um,
Under Siege 2.
yeah,
Let's take everything
But
that worked in the first one
I
and
will recommend. By the way,
totally replace it.
if you haven't seen it, I always recommend Goodbye Pork Pie. That's one of that's a movie he did from New Zealand.
I'm saying,
By the way, this is the Free Jack is loosely based on, and let me emphasize loosely because more people need to read this kind of forgotten science fiction author, Robert Sheckley.
yeah.
It's based on his story called Immortality Incorporated. Robert Sheckley has not had a great time having his works made into films. Chad, he also is the person who wrote the novel The Game of X. Do
No,
you know what The Game of X was made into?
no.
The Disney film Condor Man.
Oh God.
I've never seen it.
In
Uh,
2007, they tried to give him some more credit, and one of the episodes of Masters of Science Fiction Answers to
Mhm.
Masters of Horror, did try to adapt one of his stories that was a little bit better reviewed. But people are still trying to adapt his works. As recently as 2023, a film came out, and matter of fact, there's an upcoming film adapting him called Mind Swap, which will doesn't have a release date yet; it's in development. But
no.
I just wanted to give Robert Sheckley some credit.
Yeah, and one other thing about Jeff Murphy, because I know we've already established Free Jack, but also Never Say Die. It's another one of his New Zealand films. I really enjoy Never Say Die. But anyway, it's those are just two obscure films here in America that people may not know exist. Um, so yeah, and it stars a young Boba Fett. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, Free Jack beats it. So guys, with in a landslide, that's not even close. In the battle of the Estevezes, Emilio wins hands down.
There's a couple of good Charlie Sheen performances that you don't have on there.
Oh, I know, but I just didn't have a comparison. So, Joe, what movies did I leave out?
And by the way, I think Emilio's kind of bland. I think most of the movies he's directed are kind of bland. I think he's fairly bland. I
Yeah,
think Charlie Sheen is not more talented as an actor. He just has whatever that is. Just whatever he just has it.
you know what Charlie Sheen didn't do?
What?
Marry Paula Abdul in her prime.
That's true. But and there's a good Hot Shots joke about I learned this from Paula Abdul.
Yeah.
Now, it's called it's the one where he's in military jail and
Oh,
Martin Sheen's like
I wanted to put Cadence on here so
Cadence.
bad.
That one's a good one.
I wanted to put Cadence on here so bad, but I did not have an Emilio Estevez comparison.
That may very
Cadence,
well be his best performance
Cadence is one of my
as an
favorite Charlie Sheen
actual
films.
actor
Yeah.
acting Cadence, right?
I really do enjoy Cadence, and Lawrence Fishburne is phenomenal in that.
Yeah, that's a good movie. If you've all never heard it, if you're listening to us now, I think it's another one was made for Showtime or HBO, but
Something like that. Yeah,
yeah,
but oh
check out
God,
Cadence. I couldn't
yeah,
remember the name. Thank you, Chad.
no problem. As soon as you said chain, yeah, that's where I learned the song. I'm a man working on a chain gang.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
Probably his best performance. Although Two and a Half Men with
that
for
that
Charlie Sheen.
that final scene where he's leaving the prison and the African American soldiers are still there and that he's marching along with them while they're marching away. And it's
It's
phenomenal
a good movie.
performance.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. Is there not? What's the other one?
I couldn't think of it now that you've said it. That's the only one I can think of. There has to be another one
Oh, there were
Well,
several.
real
There really
quick,
are several. I just could
that are
not
good.
know that are just known films.
There's a lot of trash. He's in a lot of trash from the late 80s through the 90s.
Yeah, no, he was just trying to get a paycheck. No, there's several like I didn't have a comparison to Wall Street.
Yeah, Wall Street is another one where I like the movie, but it don't particularly. Why did Charlie Sheen get this part?
Yeah, I mean, it was just Money Talks. God, I wish I could have had a comparison to Emilio Estevez where he did Money Talks, but I didn't. There's not there just
really,
wasn't. Also real quick, just The Rookie. Didn't have a comparison to The Rookie.
really quick,
I
do you
like the
want to
rookie though.
know, according,
Hmm.
and this is across multiple sources, the top 8 films for each actor, and this is just things that they're in, that they may not have major roles in them. The top 8 for Charlie Sheen with their overall critic positive reviews,
One of them is going to be Eight Men Out that I also didn't have a comparison for.
being John Malkovich, is number 1 for
Who
Charlie
is
Sheen.
he? I cannot remember who he is in that.
It's a short but memorable part. It
Okay.
literally, if you watch it, you'll be like, well, that was short and memorable. It's
Mhm.
sort of like him popping up in other stuff. That's Charlie Sheen. But that's got 94% overall approval. We have interviewed somebody that did the Marionette work for that show. Go back
Yeah.
and watch our old episodes. Um, Platoon is number 2 for Charlie Sheen, 89% overall positive reviews. 8 Men Out, by the way, absolutely, Chad, is number 3, 87% positive review. That's the baseball Black Sox scandal movie.
Mm-hmm.
We then go to another baseball film. It is Major League.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Number 6 is Hot Shots. By the way, Hot Shots, 82% overall positive reviews. Wall Street is number 7. The fact that Hot Shots beats Wall Street, kind of funny. Lucas is number 8. Those are all Charlie Sheen's. Emilio Estevez's positive reviews. Number 1, Repo Man. Number 2, Stakeout. Number 3, Breakfast Club. Number 4, The Way.
Yeah, I have. He directed his dad in that. I've never seen it.
Number 5, Tex. No idea.
No idea.
Number 6, The Outsiders. Number 7, Nightbreakers, which was a TV movie. But it was focused on the Cold War and radiation experiments. I've never seen it, but I now want to. The Public, that was him again, actor and director. And so that's the top 8 for him. There you go.
All right.
Wow.
Well, Chad, congratulations. We have
Yeah.
now figured out that Emilio somehow won this.
And James came up with the great idea. If this one's successful, we'll do another sibling rivalry.
It's about time we have a Baldwin throwdown, and if somehow Daniel wins, color me shocked.
Hey, Tango and Cash, baby.
Isn't Daniel the
No,
one
no,
with
no,
vampires?
Yeah,
not
Daniel
Tango,
is
not Tango and Cash. I'm sorry, Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Oh, there's another dog shit movie I like.
Yeah.
Ain't it wonderful?
It is.
So there's Adam, not Adam. There's Daniel,
Alec, Adam,
Alec.
Daniel, Nathan, Tyler, Steven. There actually is a Steven.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when are you gonna mention Steven?
Stephen Baldwin's the one I was blanking on. Thank you. And what's funny is I own movies that star. Yeah.
This has
Anyway.
been Bonehead Weekly.